Was there a sexual revolution in the 1960s? Well, yes and no. Yes, in that the arrival of the contraceptive pill in 1961, which was first for married women, but later extended in the decade to all women, really transformed women's lives. It took out that fear of pregnancy when women had sex with men. It was also a series of liberalising legislation that came in, the first being the 1959 Obscene Publications Act, which meant that books like Lady Chatterley's Lover could be published in full for the first time. 1967, you get the decriminalisation of abortion that had been illegal up to then, and you also get male homosexuality in private being legalised. However, if you talk to people who lived through the 60s, many of them say the sexual revolution must have been happening elsewhere. And a survey done at the end of the decade reveals a quarter of men and 2/3 of women were virgins on marriage. If you were a single mother, it was still very much stigmatised. And if you were cohabiting, it was still called living in sin. So although those seeds of sexual revolution may have started in the 1960s, it didn't come to fruition to the 1970s.
And the book is called The Case Against the Sexual Revolution, and it's a bombshell because the culture has clung to, let's just say, the following as unbreakable orthodoxy, a sexual creed, if you will, and it goes something like this. We believe through technological innovations like the pill and abortion, through legal innovations such as no-fault divorce, through cultural innovations such as free digital pornography and hookup apps, that we have freed sex from its bonds, from guilt and shame, to the benefit of men and especially of women. Amen. That is the creed, right? So surprising, very surprising, that a prominent voice outside of the church would write the kind of heresy that she's put down in this book.
So look at the thing you described at first, the kind of consumer-based situation. I call that Walmart sex. You're right? Walmart sex, you know, because we're entitled to mass quantities of low-cost sex. Right? And if we don't like what we get, we get rid of it. We get rid of it, and so we're treating people.
I want sex with Avenue sex. That's what I want.
Well, you can upgrade. Okay, you can upgrade. But the point is that we're treating other people like objects. That's the problem with this approach. That's what I respectfully disagree with. Part of what you said, I liked a lot of what you said, but just because both people agree to use and be used, I don't think that makes it okay. We're using each other. We've created a culture where I agree that you can use me sexually if you'll let me use you sexually. And that's why it's not making us happy. That's why the sexual revolution has been so disappointing in so many ways. That's why these kids up at Yale who are having sex week, they think that more of the same is what's going to make them happy.